All right, Brian in Florida says, Clark, though the government default seems more like political theater, is it possible that the U.S. could default later this year or sometime in the future? And how does this affect holders of I-bonds or other government-backed securities?
So let's see if I can do this without having people throw political arrows at me, because this is a tough area.
Okay.
So we've had this going on at various times over the last, 12 years with these big flashpoint fights over the debt limit. So in theory, the United States would still need to meet its debt obligations, but would then have to not meet obligations to the American people. And that's where this gets really messy. If people around the world, so many of which own U.S. government debt, no longer trust that the United States will meet its promises to pay its debt, it means the interest we have to pay for the borrowings we do will ultimately rise. And that is a huge problem for all of us as taxpayers and as citizens. There's another problem, though. We have on automatic pilot spending in the U.S. government that is not sustainable. Social Security, Medicare, transfer payments make up most of the federal budget, and they're on automatic pilot. We have an aging population. We don't have enough money coming in. The one good thing that could come out of this, as you said, political theater, is if it forces us to face the reality that we're going to have to change how we fund and what we pay out for Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. If the United States is going to remain strong, we cannot continue to run massive budget deficits. Right now, both political parties have decided to put blinders on and say that all this obligation of the federal government is off the table. It is impossible for us to deal with our deficit spending and the ultimate weakness that it will lead to for the United States, for us as Americans and our nation, if we don't address this. So we need some grown-up people to stop trying to score short-term political points and demagogue, and we need to deal with the reality that we are spending significantly more money than is coming in, and that will come to great harm for us individually and us as a country. So would it be horrible if the world doubted our commitment to meet our debt obligations? Absolutely. And it would be horrendous if we don't deal with the budget problems we face as a country. Now, you can look at that through a political lens if you want. That's just straight, raw, true economics.